Hey friends, glad to see you back on my channel. Today I'm showing you 5 skateboard exercises that you can do right at home. No skate park? No problem. This works for rainy days, injury recovery, or just general skill building. It's also perfect if you just have 10 to 15 minutes every day. The main focus will be to work on your balance, your board control, and even some tricks. Let's get started. So the first thing that we're gonna do is pushing drills. If you can already push safely, then feel free to skip this part. Just place your skateboard on a carpet. And now we're gonna imitate the pushing movement by swinging our front foot back and forth. We're also gonna scrape the floor a bit to imitate the pushing movement. Keep your front foot knees bent when you do this. Also, just tighten your core. This will make it easier. And spread out your arms if you have difficulties with balancing. This is too easy for you, then feel free to close your eyes. It's already much harder. If you feel safe with this, you can also practice actually pushing switch for a rolling switch later on. So we're gonna do the same. Now push switch position, imitate the skating, and then imitate the rolling position. This is too easy again. Close your eyes. See if you can still hold this. Especially when you close your eyes, this can be already pretty tiring. If you do this like 5 minutes straight, then this is a really good exercise for your balance. The next exercise is also basic, especially good for beginners. Pivot practice. You can also do this at the skate park. Stand broad on your skateboard, and then just practice the pivot movement by moving your shoulders. Also try to do it on the other side. Ollie. And try to move around into the monster walk or penguin walk. You can just start off with like 10 degrees. Once we want to do 90s, you need the shoulders a bit more. Yo. When you feel comfortable with 90s, why not try 180s? Not perfect 180s. If you feel comfortable with front side, then try back side. In the back side direction, we're gonna start with 10 degrees again. This is actually a bit harder. If this feels good to you, then you can try 90. 90s are too easy for you. You can slowly start increasing the 90s to add up some more degrees. And in the end, you can also try the 180s with the backside pivots. Like this. Yeah. Remember, the movement comes from your shoulders, so your shoulders usually turn first, and your hips and your legs will follow afterwards. Concentrate on your shoulders for the charging. So you charge with the shoulders and then you move with your shoulders first. So these are really good practices for your turns, kick turns. The third exercise that we're gonna do is manual practice. Something that I really had someone else to give me as a tip was to imagine to move your whole body in a line above the truck. So basically you try to balance the 3 main points, your hips, your chest, your head, above the truck. So this is like the back truck. So you can see that for the manual you try to move it all over the trucks. Feel free to also try nollies. Try to move your hips, the upper body and your head above in one line above the truck. So as a beginner, if you're having trouble with these, then try to ride with tightened trucks, because then you only have to concentrate on left and right balancing and not so much on back and forth. You can practice this every day at home for like 10-15 minutes. You'll feel immediately that all the muscles in your feet are activated. This is a perfect preparation for manuals at the skate park. For the first exercise, we will need a blank deck. So I've just got my old deck here, and we're gonna practice shuffles actually. You don't even need wheels to practice this trick. It's the same movement basically. You will have one foot at the tail, a little bit more over the edge so you can feel the edge of the board. This is the foot that will scoop the board to the back. And then you have your front foot. You can either put it more on the trucks or closer to your back foot. The closer you go to your back foot, the faster the board will spin. A little scoop and the board will come around. And this is good exercise for your shove-its, for your commitment, for the scoop, for the whole movement when you want to do it in the park. And if you feel comfortable with the normal shove-it, the one I was doing now, why not try all kinds of other directions? An ollie would be the next one, which is easy. Stand with your front foot on the edge, on the nose. Your back foot is near the trucks. And actually nothing can happen, so you can really commit, and it's a good exercise for committing later on. You can try all kinds of other shove-its. So you can do nollie shove-it, you can do nollie backside shove-it, also frontside shove-it. And as you can see, nothing can happen. So for the last exercise, we will need a black roll and a blank deck. Even a water bottle filled with water is good for this exercise. And what we're gonna do is a really nice exercise for board slides actually. This position that we're gonna hold the board in is the board slide position. Just gonna step on the board wherever you feel comfortable, and then on the other side as well. Basically with the same width apart. And then lean into the roll and try to keep your balance here. This is, as I said, really good exercise for board slides later on because you learn to keep your balance in this position. Also bend your knees to keep the balance. You can see the more I bend my knees, the more stable I am. If it's hard at first, ask someone to help hold you or hold onto something close by to actually get the feeling of this position. If you feel safe, you can toy with it. Like actually move your hips from right to left. Hold the board closer to one side, or move it to the other side. This is too easy. You can actually, if you have a bigger board, so if you have a balance board, you can even practice 50-50 grinds by putting your board this way. Bending my knees so I can keep the balance. And then... Actually, this is easier when doing barefoot. Have a balance board, you have actually more possibilities because you have more space with your board. I wouldn't recommend to do this with a skateboard because it's also a little bit round. You can also practice throwing the board onto the roll and jumping on top of it. And balance it out. Just try to concentrate on catching the board in the position that you want to balance on the roll. This was much better. That was it. These were the 5 quick exercises that you can do every day at home. I'm already sweating, so these are actually quite tiring. They keep you improving even if you can't hit the park. But don't forget, practice is key. The more often you repeat these, the better you will get. Let me know in the comments with which exercise you started with. And if you have your own skate drills, then feel free to share so we can all try them. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more skate tips. See you next time. Cheers and keep ripping.